Hello everyone. Thank you for joining this session. This is my first session which I have started. So this is the container basics, Docker and the Docker Compose. So what is a container first? So container is a platform which is isolating the resources or wrapping your configurations, file dependencies and libraries which provide an environment for your applications to run separately. uh, we have a virtual machines where we have execute our programs. We have our local computers where we have execute our programs or applications. But container is like the same. That only difference is on that is container is using less resources. It is pretty uh, consuming. This does not take all of the resources from operating systems. So just take whatever it's needed. Also it is easy to configurations. So let's just keep a few of the basic of history of containers. So we have an container is not a new technology, it's a old technology. In early 1970 container uh, has started where the Unix operating systems was there, and the term called chroot has introduced. This chroot was about to something isolating the processes in the Linux, or where we have a parent processes which is called base process, and the same base process, the tree they have changes with the base process and another process. So later on in early 2000 it introduces virtualizations. Then on early 2006 it came with namespace and control groups. The namespace was term in the Linux where it was isolating all of the resources, and the CG group, which is the part of the namespace, is using that control the limit of those resources like memory, CPUs. And in 2012 Docker introduced. Docker is a container tool uh, which was easy to use for the developers. It's an open source, it's widely used, so it's very famous tool for the container. uh, uh, let's just start with the Docker. So we have an open source platform for containerization. Like I said, Docker is open source, and then we have a package applications with dependencies. It packages it, ensuring consistency of across environments. So we have a Docker. We can install any other environments. A part of Linux, we have a Windows where we can use Docker desktop or Windows plugin, and then it it also works with the Windows and Mac OS. Docker architecture is something we have multiple components like Docker client, Docker daemon, Docker images, Docker containers, and Docker registries. So Docker client is a Docker command line tool where we have a multiple commands. We have provided an instructions like Docker start or something like Docker run, Docker pull, Docker push, and these commands interact with the Docker daemon. Docker daemon is nothing but a Docker engine. When you have installed a Docker in your machine, the few of the processes has started which running on the background. These called Docker daemon processes. So Docker client is communicate with Docker daemon using the APIs, and Docker image is the third component. Once like any instructions is coming from the Docker daemon is finding the image. Image is something like the snapshot of configurations for container. So if you can say this is a main ingredients of Docker, where you have wrapped up with all the configurations inside the images, and these images are the uses to create a container. So these images are stored in Docker registry. The Docker registries are public or private registries, but these public or private registries, just like few of the registries, public registries are Docker Hub, mcr.microsoft.com, GitHub, and we can also have a private registries which we can create like Azure Container Registries or ECR. So this is the introduction on that. We'll see the next in another lecture. Thank you so much.